Here at Gears and Gasoline, we are huge fans of Japanese cars. They're reliable, affordable, and cheap to modify. If you want to go fast on a budget, there's really nowhere else to look. And that's not just us saying that. We also went to a master tech, Charles, to tell us just how easy it is to work on JDM cars.
Hey, my name's Charles, the humble mechanic, and I've been a technician for knocking on the door of 20 years. So look, European cars are incredibly reliable. They're faster, they're safer, they're packed with technology. They're so much better to drive. I can't tell you how much I would rather be in a... What?
Joe, what are you talking about? This video is about Japanese cars.
Yeah, I thought like, well, Japanese cars, like they're okay, but they're kind of lame. Yeah, that's what we talked about, I thought.
No, how did you misinterpret that?
I mean, I thought it was pretty clear that...
No, the whole video is about like how much we like Japanese cars. That's why we brought you in, because you're an expert mechanic.
Yeah, but like Japanese cars, like they're okay, but not, I mean...
Bro, we're in your garage map right now with parts of all of your European cars that are broken.
Yeah, but this is performance mod stuff. This isn't like maintenance stuff.
Let's say we went and got a car, a Japanese car, and spanked your butt in the quarter mile. Would that prove to you that Japanese cars are better?
I mean, they're made of tin, so it might be lighter.
They are lighter.
More horsepower, more reliable. Probably break before it even gets down the quarter mile.
Cheaper to mod.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are insane.
Okay, so let's lay out some ground rules for this race.
All right, budget.
Budget, $5 grand.
$5 grand, okay. US.
USD.
No euros here.
And it's a drag race.
Drag race.
Quarter mile.
Quarter mile. I think quarter mile.
First across the line?
Yeah.
First across the line?
Yeah.
All right.
Got it.
Something I think we need to include, gotta be safe. Like,
Okay.
we need to keep safety in mind.
Safety's relative. How safe are we talking?
The car needs to have seat belts at a minimum.
Oh, seat belt? Oh, that's a lot of extra weight. Seat belts, all right.
So what about the completeness of the car? Are we talking it's gotta have the fenders, gotta have the lights? How stripped are we
Let's
stripping?
try and bring actual cars.
Yeah, stock body.
Okay.
Well, relatively. Like, I mean, not missing a bunch of stuff.
No, like, exoset conversion stuff. Yeah.
I think for the sake of simplicity, we don't resell parts. If you buy something, a car with some cool stuff on it, you get it.
Yeah.
I think selling the parts gets muddy, and I mean, we're not going to take 5 years to build this car.
3 weeks. We'll see you at the drag strip.
3 weeks. Let's do it.
All right. I'm excited to see what you get.
All right, so we gotta find something that's gonna be faster than whatever Euro car it is that Charles picks.
Yeah, so probably a Honda. We could K-swap the inside.
No!
It's already got a K-series.
No, Ben.
Let's see. What do we got?
Too new, too old. Yeah, this thing is perfect.
Yeah, this is pretty much exactly what we need to beat Charles, I think.
Man, how much do you think he wants for it?
Probably about 70. Okay, what if we did like Luke's 240? Like, what do you want for this thing?
Are you kidding me? Clean coupe with a KA?
Yeah.
10K, I know what I got.
That's a little out of our budget.
It's got real JNCs. It's mostly it's adult owned, okay? 9,500 OBO.
We could roll up there in a freaking convertible CRX.
That is pretty awesome. It's a truck. Look at all that space in the back, in the bed. VR4? Go up.
55,000 miles.
No ignition. Also, no real price.
I don't know if the truck runs or not. Got it from my tow truck driver.
We probably need to pay extra for clean though.
How about this?
Dude, that's it.
That's perfect.
That's the one. So we found a car last night. Well, Luke, the cameraman here, found the car last night. And as a result, we were driving 3 hours south down to Concord, North Carolina. This car seems perfect.
We're gonna go look at it. The probability that it's gonna be very sketchy is very high. So we will still have stuff to do to it. Probably, almost definitely, even though it's already built. I would not test drive this car because it's not safe to drive. But Ben is risking his life for this. You'll see why later. That sound, I love the blow-off valve.
So we bought a car, and
You sound so happy.
Ben, how did I let you convince me to buy another Honda?
Well, this one is the fastest one. This is definitely the fastest Honda we've got.
It's faster than the Insight, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's faster than my EK. This is a turbo B series, which apparently is better to turbo the B series than the K series, so we're already off on the right foot.
Okay, right on. How much horsepower does it make?
The owner said it made 380, so probably like 250.
How much horsepower it's actually making is difficult to determine because the power band breaks up before it actually hits redline. So that is something that we will need to look into.
Yeah, I think we can fix that. I mean, that might be the tune, spark plugs, distributor, I know is a common thing on B series. We'll figure that out, but I mean, the car's got traction bars, because originally we wanted something all-wheel drive just to make it easy off the line, but this car's got traction bars, so front-wheel drive shouldn't be that much of a detriment, and it's already got our 888s on it.
That's a lot of bonuses, Ben. That's a lot of good things that you just mentioned, and I agree. But I also noticed that you failed to point out that this is one of the most clapped out pieces of garbage that we've ever driven in our whole lives.
Yeah, that's quite an impressive thing to say, actually. We've driven a lot of crap cars.
Yeah. Let's run down the list of horrible things that are going on with this car, Ben. Welcome to hell. This is a Honda EF hatch that I guess was previously owned by Oscar the Grouch. Would you like a Panera wrapper or maybe an empty box of Newports? This is the worst place I've ever been. First we've got this steering wheel here, which looks directly out of Fast and Furious. Instead of nitrous buttons, it does have 2 horn buttons, and the trade-off for that is that it doesn't have all the screws holding the steering wheel to the steering column. Moving down the steering column, we have this key cylinder that works about 50% of the time. We got a shifter here that goes into gear about 50% of the time. We've got just random fuses hanging down here. It's just kind of like wiring hell. Just a mess of wires down here. These seats, I guess, are not OEM, which explains sort of why they're self-tapping screws holding all of them in. Sort of. Crucially, the driver's seat is not actually held in at all. It just kind of moves back and forth in tripods.
And down here, things don't get much better because the battery is just chilling here in the back seat, I guess. You could call it the back seat. It could be anywhere in the car because it's not secured with anything, no bungee cords or zip ties. And back here in the hatch, we've got passenger riding along, which is the fuel tank. It is, yeah, it's not secured by anything actually. It's just chilling there with like exposed wire going to it, which is good. There's a hole right in front of the fuel tank too, quite a large hole, so ventilation. The driver's side seatbelt is held together by like 3 strands. I don't know how this happens, but it happened. And yeah.
Hey Charles, things have been going really well on our end. Figured we'd give you a call and check in and see how things are going. It looks like you've got a cardboard box on top of your car back there, so it must be going great.
Yeah, don't worry about the cardboard box. It is not a lot of parts that this car actually needed. Also, yeah, here's the car that we are going to be thrashing the drag strip with and making it go super fast. So I'm noticing you guys are sitting in your office, which must mean you're done.
It's so easy with JDM cars. I mean, just to find something fast right out the gate. So
see, what we really figured out is that YouTube respects bought, not built.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
the trick.
People hate to see build series. They hate to see, they just want you to buy a fast car and then win. But since you seem a little curious, we're happy to show you the car.
We want to see it.
What do you think?
It looks like a giant piece of crap.
It is a giant piece of crap.
It's a EF Civic.
Oh, hood pins?
Yeah, I like that.
Oh wait, do we want to show them that?
Oh, maybe not. Okay.
No, yeah, there's some stuff.
You gonna remove the Bondo for weight reduction, or you're just gonna leave it there because you're that confident?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we probably won't have the money to even rattle can it with what this car needs.
We can't lose too much weight, but we can make up for it with power and other things.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so excited to see what you guys do.
He's doing nitrous. He's doing nitrous.
I don't think these cars behave well on nitrous.
Well, I mean, your car's heavier, but again, that's because it's safe. Our car is very light. and it is a death trap. So.
You said seatbelts is all we need, right?
Okay, well, you guys have some safety to consider. We have some work on a Volkswagen to do.
It was nice talking to you guys.
Fellas, good luck, and I will see you on race day.
The car is going to be pretty fast.
Knowing Charles, he's definitely got something up his sleeve.
Yeah, I think he's probably got a mechanical advantage on us.
Oh yeah.
We're two people, but he's Charles.
He's a master mechanic for Volkswagen.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's doing. What do we know about that car?
It's broken. We know that. It's a given. It's Euro.
For sure broken, so that's going to eat some of his budget.
Yeah.
It's turbo because it's a GLI.
He could put a big turbo on it.
Those engines are pretty potent.
Yeah.
Like a KO4 turbo or something. It can make mid 300s pretty easily with an intercooler, I think.
And it's probably DSG.
Assuming it's DSG, will pretty much just drive itself.
Right.
Whatever time that car can do, he can probably do it over and over and over and over again.
We're going to hurt the performance of our car.
But also it's a Mark V, so it's kind of chunky.
Yeah.
Maybe 3,500 pounds, something like that. All that German stuff. So what's our advantage?
Definitely weight. We're very light.
Let's try and maximize that, I think.
Yeah. We're gonna miss shift because it's a Honda.
We're definitely miss shifting.
Yeah. So we need to take that into consideration. So we need more power and less weight to make up for us missing gear.
So whenever you would lose something as a kid, your mom would always ask you, what? Did you clean up? That's what we're gonna do first. We're gonna clean up this car, and that's gonna give us more ability to diagnose what's going on with this car and what it needs in order to go and do a pass to the drag strip once it looks like less of a landfill on the inside. So let's get down to it. Just some car buying advice. If the floor is littered with self-tapping screws, maybe do not buy that car. Literally self-tapping screws holding in the seats. This is like the most dangerous thing on the car, and we're talking about a car that has a battery in the back seat. There's like still metal shavings from where they just put them in. I have a sneaking suspicion that they won't let us go down a drag strip with a seatbelt like this, so we are gonna have to replace it.
Now we're going to take out this sound deadening stuff, which based on the fact that it is audibly crunchy, is probably where most of the piss has saturated. So this will be pretty satisfying.
Look at that. That is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Okay, so we have stripped out most of the interior, and you know, at this point, it looks like there's not much left to take out, but there's actually a lot of sound deadening to take out. So we had Luke run to the store for us, and he was kind enough to go and pick up some dry ice. So now we will smash this up, and this is gonna help freeze all of this sound deadening, and it'll make it really easy to just chip off of the actual bare sheet metal, and we should lose a good 20 pounds tops, you know, like 10 to 20 pounds, I would think, worth of this sound deadening. So dry ice is apparently the solid form of a gas. So it's not like really ice, but it is like 76 degrees Celsius under freezing. It's very cold. So it'll burn you if you touch it, or give you kind of like burn-like symptoms. You need to be somewhat careful with it, which is why we're wearing gloves and eye protection. But it is so cold that it just kind of causes all the sound deadening to contract, and then pull away from the sheet metal, and then it's a lot easier to remove.
So obviously we're missing a stud on this hub here, and you don't really want to go down the drag strip with just 3 lugs. So we're going to replace that stud. You might also notice the ball joint is extremely loose on the upper control arm, so we're going to go ahead and replace that as well. Probably replace the lower ball joint while we're in there and just make sure everything is tight and less of a death trap.
How much power do you think this thing's gonna make?
Oh, definitely not 380.
No, you don't think so?
No way.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe 320.
I don't think it's gonna make that much.
320?
Oh, it's like 250.
250, have some faith.